Welcome back to another episode of Hood and Poop. So I hope you've enjoyed the previous video where I talk about Upstart. If you have not watched it, right, I've placed the link at the description below so you can just go and watch it. So in today's video, I will be covering another company that I've covered before, which is ClearPoint Neuro. Alright, so ClearPoint Neuro, they are slated to release their earnings on the 1st of March this year. However, they have already pre-released their presentation slides that shows the fourth quarter's progress and updates. So in today's video, I'll just go straight into a few key pointers that I have found out. Alright, so if you can see here, this is basically their latest fourth quarter slides, where they talk about their progress. So I just wanted to bring you to a few key areas that I wanted to highlight to you guys today. So if you can see, based on this portion here, right, the full year revenue, ClearPoint Neuro has obtained about 16 million in terms of revenue, and they expect, right, this year, the full year of 2022, to reach about 20 to 22 million in terms of the revenue. Okay, and one more very key important point I wanted to showcase to you guys is that this is a new slide that ClearPoint Neuro has showed about. Now, in summary, there are 4 pillars for ClearPoint Neuro's growth factors, which the management has always been talking about it. So in this slide itself, they actually go straight to show us which are the 4 pillars, as well as what are the progress for each of this pillar. Now, if you look at it this way, pillar number 1, where is the drugs and cell delivery. So basically, they just said that all their partners, all their the treatment per se, right, all of them are currently at clinical trial, and that they have not obtained any approval, commercial approval at this moment. Now, in fact, moving on to pillar 2 for DBS and BCI, they said that they looked at it this way, is that they have 5 of them had already obtained, right, commercial US and EU ClearPoint procedures today, means to say they have gotten approval. And for the third pillar, which is the laser ablation, alright, 3 out of 4 have also obtained approval, means for them to use. So if you look at this whole chart, what did they tell me? It tells me that the potential of ClearPoint Neuro is huge, because once all of such partners and medicals obtain approval to use ClearPoint Neuro, then the ability to scale, the increment in terms of revenue based on this portion here is so much significant. So you think about it, the potential can reach about 4 to 20 billion of revenue on an annual basis, right? Of course, the risk behind is that not all medicals, not all approvals will get approved, right? It all depends on the FDAs and so on. But the point here is that the more medicals they have, the chances of them getting approved is higher. So this slide summarizes the whole track of ClearPoint Neuro and gives us, rather investors, the ability to track them on a very regular basis. And moving on to the 4th pillar, which is the global expansion. Right? So basically, they wanted to 2 times US revenue in terms of their 4th pillar. Okay, so this slide's something that is very new, and I wanted to share with you guys. And another part, they have actually kind of streamlined this portion, where they said that they have a lot of new technology. They have laser ablations, they have this maestro brain model, right? They also have this MER. Okay, so basically there are too many things going on. And the next one, the bigger one, is this BCI. So within this slide, what they changed is that they at least paste investor in terms of what are the potential clinical use from now until 2025. So they said by 2022, this year, right, these are the few equipment, these are few technologies that they expect to have the first clinical use. And of course, 3 years later is 2025, the remaining would then be part of it. So there's something that, as investor, it's something we could look into. Alright, and I just want to just share with you guys is that in this quarter, they actually increased their total potential addressable market to 12 billion. Okay, so this is basically the fourth quarter slides. Now I just wanted to bring you to this slide here, which is the third quarter 2021 slides, right? Basically just one quarter differences, right? And I just want to show you the improvement, the changes across. Now if you look at it this way, this is this quarter's one. You can see that their European headquarter now it's in London. Okay, they have about 75 patents issued. Okay, of course the gross margin is 69%. They have about 75 employees. Revenue is about 16 mil. Okay, and of course 95%, comes from disposals and services, and of course 5% comes from capital equipment. But if you look at one quarter before, alright, their patents was 65, but this quarter is 75. It means within one quarter they have added 10 more new patents. They have also hired 5 more staff. Right, gross margin is the same, 69, 68. They also shifted their headquarters from Manchester to London. Right, so this is something that I just wanted to highlight to you guys here. Of course, in terms of cash, it's not much differences. Revenue, it's there. And also the next thing you have to understand is that in the fourth quarter, they have 10 more percentage higher in terms of the disposable and services, right? So this is something that I always, as an investor, we always try to pick up the differences. So it's good that we look at the before after to see what's there to pick up for us. Okay, another part that I wanted to show you guys, okay, is basically this last part here on the executive summary. Now, if you can see in the executive summary, okay, this was third quarter's one. They said that the total potential addressable market is about 2 billion, right? But in the fourth quarter, right, they said that the total addressable, it's about 12 billion. So there's an increase in 10 billion in terms of the total addressable market. Now, of course, the total addressable market doesn't mean that they will definitely hit it, but as an investor, we always want to see companies with wider total addressable market because there's more potential for them to go into. So comparing 2 billion versus 12 billion, I'm pretty happy that it increased along the way. Now, so this basically is a very quick summary of all the differences between the 2 quarters of what ClearPoint Neuro has released. Now, next thing is that on the 1st of March, I will be tracking their earnings transcript to see what have they shared about. And the third point I wanted to bring you guys to is that, right, their COO, Peter, okay, he has resigned from the position of COO, Chief Operating Officer, okay, with effect from the 18th of February, which is just very, very recently. So, meaning to say, what I would want to hear from the earnings transcript is that who will be taking over Peter as the next Chief Operating Officer, which I personally think that it's very, very important because he probably is the man driving all the operation stuff, driving all the business stuff and so on. So this is something that I would want to look at as well. Alright, so I hope this very short sharing would give you a clear understanding on the latest updates to ClearPoint Neuro. So with that, I'll see you in the next video. Invest safe.